What's up everyone, my name is Marie, welcome to my channel and welcome to another speed build. So for today's video I am building in the world of Newcrest and I'm building a family home on, I think it's a 20 by 30 lot if I'm not mistaken. I'm always really bad with remembering the lot sizes and remembering what lot I was building on and just recognizing the lot size in general. I don't know, it's just something that I'm not really good at, which I'm sorry. But yeah, it's one of the lots in Newcrest in the top neighborhood, like on top of the screen when you open the neighborhood, if that makes any sense. And yeah, I'm just building a very simple looking family home in my opinion. I was just really in the mood to build something for a family, something that was pretty like generic looking and not too complicated, and something that just looks really friendly and cozy and fun, but at the same time it's nothing too crazy. And I'm really excited about this house. I'm just really happy with the way that it all came together, and yeah, it just all came out. And I don't know why, because like I mentioned, it is actually kind of generic looking on the outside as well as on the inside. But yeah, since that's what I was going for. Oops, my computer just made a sound. I'm sorry about that. But yeah, since that's what I was going for, I am actually really happy with the way that it came out, because it did exactly come out the way that I wanted it to, basically. And yeah, so that made me really happy, and this house just overall gave me a lot of joy. And you can really see the shape of the house come together. I did give them a little garage, and I used that garage door that is I think it's a debug object that comes with City Living, if I'm not mistaken. I always really like using those actual garage doors to like kind of mimic a garage, even though your Sims, I mean, the door is not functional and your Sims don't really need a garage or anything because there's no functioning cars in the game or anything. But I just, for family homes and kind of suburban looking homes like this one, I always kind of like to mimic a garage. I mean, I don't always do it, but from time to time, I just really enjoy doing it. And for this house, I did it as well. And I also, I mean, I didn't give them an actual garage because I turned the garage into the master bedroom, basically. So yeah, but you'll see that once we move on to the inside and once we move on to the floor plan of the house. But yeah, so I was, like I mentioned, I was really enjoying this house, and the wallpaper on the outside is actually just also pretty generic looking, just some greens and then some red brownish colored bricks that match the foundation and that match the columns on the front porch and everything. So I kind of made this house like a little bit matchy and just cute, and yeah, I think it really ties in with the world of Newcrest, which in my opinion, that world is perfect for family homes like this one. And I am also still trying to actually fill up Newcrest, like every lot of it, because I used to always avoid Newcrest for some reason. I think it's because it was always so empty, and so that didn't really inspire me to build anything. But then at one point I was just like, I need to sit down and start filling up Newcrest, because if I never fill it up, it will stay empty forever, and I don't want that. So I am trying to fill up Newcrest, and I've actually done quite a lot of builds already. I do have a few empty lots left, but I didn't build any community lots in this world just yet. So I think I will go on and do some community lots for Newcrest next. I don't know when I will do those because I do have a few other builds planned, but yeah. Once I go back to building a Newcrest, it will probably be a community lot. But here you can see that the backyard, I fenced it in completely, which is what I like to do for family homes in general, because I did imagine this family to have a child as well as a toddler, and it's just nice to have a fenced off backyard so that your kids or your toddler doesn't like wander off on the street or something, because you definitely don't want that to happen. But yeah, here I moved on to landscaping the front of the house. And then for this lot, there was something that always really frustrates me, and it's that tiny little empty space in between the actual lot and the sidewalk. You can see it right there. There is just that little empty space of nothingness that you can't put any terrain paint on, and you can't put any tiles or anything on there because it's not part of the lot, but it's not part of the sidewalk either. So that's really frustrating. You can see that the gravel path that I placed down, it doesn't line up with the sidewalk all the way, and yeah, that's just really annoying, but there is no way to avoid that with these lots. So yeah, it's really kind of annoying and it frustrates me a lot, but yeah, it's okay because it's just what it is. My laptop is right next to me and it's making noises. I think it's empty. I'm sorry if you could hear that just now. But yeah, like I mentioned, that's a little bit frustrating, but I worked with it, and I think it looks all right if you don't look at it too closely. It's just fine. And yeah, in front of the house right here, I created this little space where there's a mailbox and where there's the outside trash cans. And then I aligned the pathway, the driveway here, with a whole bunch of rocks, which is what I like to do from time to time. I didn't record it all, because that would be just a little bit too repetitive and a little bit boring to look at. But yeah, that's basically what I did. And here I was just doing a little bit more landscaping on the outside of the house. I always like doing the landscaping at first before I move on to the inside, which sometimes is not so smart, because sometimes when I go on to the inside of the house and start doing the floor plan and the layout for everything, I will just kind of realize that I need to extend something, and then that's a bit annoying when you already have all the landscaping placed down. So I kind of need to just change that around and do the floor plan before I do the landscaping. But yeah, for this house I didn't, but fortunately I didn't need to change anything for the size or the shape of the house at all. So in the end it all worked out just fine. But yeah, here you can see I'm just doing a whole bunch of landscaping, and yeah, it's kind of just what I always do. I made it very green and just lots of messy plants everywhere, just messy landscaping in general, but I just like to do that for The Sims so much. It's one of the things that brings me the most joy when it comes to building is doing like messy landscaping, because it makes a house look so realistic in my opinion. I mean, obviously in real life there's also homes that have really nice looking landscaping that is very like planned out and stuff like that, but for a family home like this, I just figured the landscaping had to look a little bit messy, and it's also what I'm really good at doing for landscaping and what I'm very comfortable with. So yeah, that's why I decided to do that for this house as well. But here you can see it's going a little bit fast, but we moved on to the floor plan, and basically what I did was the parents have a bedroom downstairs. The garage was turned into a master bedroom with a tiny little ensuite. And then the upstairs area is for the kids. There is 2 children's bedrooms up there and a bathroom. And then downstairs there's also a hall bathroom that is a half bathroom combined with a laundry room. So there is lots of bathroom space in this house, which is actually pretty nice. And then there's also lots of bedroom space in this house. So that also worked out just fine in the end. You can have a family of 4 in this house and it all works out perfectly fine. So yeah, that's basically what I was going for. And then for the family that I was imagining living here, I was actually really inspired by the show Modern Family. I think most of you will probably know that. It's a pretty well-known, famous show that a lot of people really like, and Modern Family is definitely one of my favorite shows ever. Like, it's so good, it's so well made, the actors are amazing, and the characters and storylines overall in that show are just amazing. But yeah, I was just actually kind of really inspired by that, because I have watched Modern Family a whole bunch of times. I have watched all the seasons, but my boyfriend, he has never watched Modern Family before. And I've told him about it, and I was pretty sure that he would actually really like it. But recently he got into it. We started watching it together, so I started watching all the seasons all over again, starting with season 1, of course. So yeah, I started watching Modern Family again, and we have been watching it for a few weeks now, like every day, at least like 2 or 3 episodes a day. So So yeah, I'm really into it again. And for this house, I wasn't quite sure what kind of family would live here. I knew that I wanted it to be just 2 parents, a toddler, and a child. And then I asked my boyfriend to look at the house, and he told me, you should base it off of the Dunphys from Modern Family. So I was actually really inspired by that. So for the parent situation, if you don't know the Dunphys from Modern Family, what I was thinking, so the parents are a mother and a father, and then the mom, she is a stay-at-home mom, which is the case in Modern Family as well, at least for the first couple episodes or first couple seasons. She's a stay-at-home mom. So I was thinking that the mom in this house, she is a stay-at-home mom as well, and she's really involved in the life of her kids. She likes to stay at home because for my storyline for this house, I based the parents off of that family, not so much the children. So I was imagining the mom to stay at home with the toddler. So she spends a lot of time with the toddler, and the child obviously goes to school every day. But yeah, she has lots of hobbies, and I was thinking she could also be maybe studying like part-time. Maybe she really wants to go back to work once her kids get a little bit older, and so maybe she is doing a part-time like study course at the university, but she's studying from home. If that makes any sense, like that would be really fun maybe. And then I was imagining that the dad, he is a real estate agent, and so yeah, he works every day, and yeah, he basically, like I just mentioned, he's a real estate agent. And so I was imagining that they could, because he's a real estate agent, they could buy this house for a very nice price. I was imagining that this house used to be like an older looking house that has been around for lots and lots of years, if that makes any sense. And it definitely needed a bit of renovating. So what I imagined was that the parents, they bought this house before their children were born, or maybe when they only had one child. So they bought this house and they did have some money left to do a bit of renovating. So that's when they decided to turn the garage into a bedroom with a bathroom. Because originally I was thinking that this house, obviously it had a garage downstairs and no bedroom, and then upstairs there was one bigger bedroom and a bathroom. So there was only one bedroom in total for this house originally. But when the parents bought this house, they could buy it for a pretty nice price, so that made that they had a bit money left to do some renovating. So they turned the garage into a bedroom with an ensuite, and then they turned the larger bedroom upstairs into 2 bedrooms. They kind of divided that bigger bedroom into 2 bedrooms, and they kept the bathroom. They just renovated it, but they kept the bathroom upstairs. And then what they also decided to do, because there was a little bit more space, they decided to, like I just mentioned, add an ensuite to the master bedroom. So that ensuite is actually really small and really cramped together. I had to make a couple changes for it to actually work, but you don't see that in this speed build because I just play tested it literally like 20 minutes ago or so. So I just had to just change around a couple things in that tiny little bathroom for it to work. So when you download this house off the gallery, which you can do, then you'll see that the ensuite bathroom is just a tiny bit different, but we'll get to that when we get to that. You can see that the color scheme for this house, for the kitchen and the living area, it's pretty warm toned, lots of lighter wood tones. And yeah, basically what I was trying to achieve for the color scheme and just the overall furniture style for this house is, obviously I wanted it to be very family friendly looking, very inviting looking, and yeah, just lots of warmer colors and lighter wood tones. And I think I achieved that. I think it looks really nice, and it's maybe a bit too matchy-matchy for real life, but for The Sims, I think it works just fine, and it really makes it look like a family home, in my opinion. I always really like these counters that come with Parenthood for family homes. They're just perfect, and the overall style, I was just imagining that, like I mentioned before, the parents, they did have a bit of money to do some renovating. So I was imagining that they got this kitchen, like this brand new kitchen built in, and they have all brand new furniture that is, well, new, like I mentioned, but also not too expensive. I used a lot of furniture from Eco Lifestyle. As you could see when we were furnishing the living area, I used the couch and a chair and a tiny little TV unit from Eco Lifestyle, and the furniture that comes with Eco Lifestyle is actually pretty cheap, which is very nice. So that makes it that the house is not too expensive. I think it comes in at about 100,000 simoleons, so it's definitely not a starter home. If you're not playing with money cheats in your game, you are going to have to save up a little bit of money for your Sims to be able to buy this house, but then at the same time, it's not crazy expensive either. Like normally when I build houses this size, this cluttered, and yeah, just with this amount of furniture, they come out way more expensive. But I think it's because of the Eco Lifestyle furniture that I use that is actually not crazy expensive. So that makes it so that this house is actually a decent price. I mean, it's still pretty expensive, but it's a decent price. So yeah, I'm just cluttering up the space a bit more. I do really like this little area where the parents have a tiny little hallway kind of situation into their, that leads into their bedroom. So it's not like a random door to a bedroom in the middle of the living area, if that makes any sense. I really liked how that worked out. But this is one of the bigger bathrooms. It's the bathroom that is the whole bathroom. So it's a half bathroom combined with a laundry room, and I think that makes perfect sense for this family home. I think they would need a decent size laundry room for the mom or the dad to be able to do the laundry. That's just really comfortable and makes the job a bit easier and yeah, just a little bit more comfortable, if that makes any sense. So yeah, I used a lot of lighter colors in here and lighter neutral tones, if that makes sense, and I just cluttered it up with a whole bunch of laundry stuff. And here I added a little toilet. I love this toilet from Tiny Living. It's the only toilet I have been using ever since we got that pack for some reason. I don't know, I just like the look of it. It's a really, I don't know, generic looking toilet or something. Just a normal, basic looking toilet, and I like that about it. I don't know why I just told you that, but yeah, that's what it is. But yeah, here I moved on to the parents' bedroom. The master bedroom is actually not that big, but that's also because there's an ensuite. Like I mentioned 1,000 times already, I'm sorry if I'm a little bit repetitive, but I'm just really excited about this little converted garage situation. But yeah, what maybe is a little bit weird about this is that there is no garage door on the inside of the build. So what I was imagining, I wanted to place down the garage door on the inside of the build as well to make it more realistic. But then I imagined that what the parents probably did is they added a little wall, like a thin wall on the inside of this room to kind of cover up the garage door on the inside so that they could place down a bed and just make it look like an actual bedroom instead of a garage. So I don't know if that makes any sense to you. I'm trying my best to explain it the best that I can. But yeah, I was basically just imagining that they added a tiny little, or not a little, but like a thin wall in front of the garage door to cover it up, basically, because they could have also just removed the whole wall and door and placed down a new wall and add windows, but that would be very, very expensive, just a little bit too expensive. So I was imagining that for now they just didn't do that because they really wanted to focus on the upstairs area and divide that larger bedroom into 2 bedrooms for their children and give their children like the nicest bedrooms they could give them. And then later on they will focus on their own bedroom and maybe, like I just mentioned, remove that wall with a garage door and add like a nice large window or something like that. But for now, I think they just decided to not do that and focus on the kids' bedrooms. What they did do, however, what they did spend money on is their ensuite, because well, the hall bathroom is a half bathroom, so there's no bathtub or shower in there, and that would mean that all the parents and the kids would have to share the shower tub combination upstairs, and that would be just not too convenient and not too comfortable. So they decided to spend the money that they have on, on giving themselves an ensuite, basically. Now, I did have to change around this bathroom a little bit, like I mentioned, but basically the only thing that I had to do to make it work is rotate the toilet to be attached to the other wall, and then I had to change out the shower for the shower that comes with University, which is a shower that your Sims can basically just walk through, because the bathroom, the ensuite, is only 4 tiles. So yeah, like I furnished it, the way I furnished it right now, I already thought that it wouldn't work, but I liked it too much, so I just kept it that way for a little while. But when I play tested it, I just had to change out the shower. But for now, it works out. It works out fine when you download it. But yeah, here you can see I moved on to the upstairs area, and this is the toddler's bedroom, and I love the colors in this bedroom. Like the gray blue-ish looking feature wall, and then the powdery colored wall in the rest of the room. I think it just looks so, I don't know, so calming for some reason. I don't know why, but I just really enjoy those muted colors. I think they're really beautiful and perfect for a toddler's bedroom. I don't know, I didn't really think about the genders for the kids. So this bedroom could either be a boy's bedroom or a girl's bedroom, really doesn't matter. And yeah, I used the Eco Lifestyle toddler bed again. I don't know if I'm ever going to stop using this bed for toddler bedrooms. I mean, I'm sure I will, but it's just by far the nicest looking toddler bed that we have in the game. So for now, it's just so new and fresh and nice, and I can't stop using that toddler bed because it's just so nice. But yeah, here you can see that this toddler is actually pretty spoiled because I gave them a little radio, a little music player, and a whole bunch of CDs up on that shelf. I was thinking that the toddler was probably, well, like most toddlers are, but very much into music and just bopping around to the music and just dancing around. That's just what this toddler is really into at the very moment. And yeah, I gave them that little Blarfy, but in cat form. I don't know what it's called, but that's definitely my favorite one because I love cats. So yeah, I gave this toddler the cat Blarfy, and then a little chair for them to sit down and just play with their tablet. The toddler has a tablet as well. Like I mentioned, they're pretty spoiled, but yeah, it all works out fine. And then here I moved on to the kids' bedroom. This could be a girl's or a boy's bedroom. Either way, it really doesn't matter. But I gave this child a feature wall as well, so you can really see that both parents or that both of these bedrooms are kind of designed or styled by the same parents, basically, if that makes sense, because the style is pretty much the same. They both have that like mid-century modern looking feature wall in their bedroom, which I really enjoy. And then for this bedroom, I used a whole bunch of orange details because I just love blue and orange together. I think it works out so nicely. And yeah, like I mentioned before, for the rest of the build as well, I think that this room is a little bit too matchy-matchy to be a realistic kid's bedroom. But I was just enjoying playing with these colors and making it match and making it look pretty. So yeah, it's a little bit matchy-matchy, which I don't usually do too often, but for this bedroom, I was just really, really, really enjoying it. And I really like the way how it turned out. So these bedrooms are really not too big. They are a decent size, but they are really not too big. But I do think that is actually pretty realistic for kids' bedrooms. So I gave this child the dresser from Eco Lifestyle as well because it just goes together with the bed so nicely. So I decided to do that, and I gave them that little corkboard for them to hang up their pictures and their notes and their drawings and stuff like that. And so yeah, I gave them this dollhouse that's from Eco Lifestyle as well. Like I mentioned, I've been using a lot of stuff from Eco Lifestyle, but it's just so nice looking. I can't stop using it for now. I also gave them this desk for them to just sit down and do their homework, and I put a little journal on it. Which is a nice kids activity to do, and I placed down a couple of those school projects. Some of those are not too good looking, but I think that's realistic because not everything a child makes in school is going to be perfect. So I just cluttered up this dresser with a couple of those figurines and just some random toys, which I think is realistic, and I made it a little bit messy in here, but not too messy, but just as cluttered as I could without causing it causing any like routing issues, if that makes sense. But yeah, that's basically pretty much already it for this bedroom. I gave them a little clock that is kind of in a different color, doesn't match the room too well, but I think again, that's pretty realistic. And I just gave them a couple of rugs and yeah, so you can see the bedroom come together. And this is the bathroom for the kids upstairs. I made sure to place down a shower tub combination because you need a tub for the toddler. So I placed one of those up here, which I thought would be convenient because the toddler's bedroom is up here as well. And I just cluttered it up a little bit. It's a really basic looking bathroom, but it all works out just fine. I made sure to give them a hamper for the laundry aspect in this house. And then this tiny little landing area, I just made it look a little bit better with that rug and just a painting and a plant. And that was pretty much already it for the inside of this house. So I moved on to the outside. The backyard of this house is actually pretty spacious. But I really enjoyed furnishing this or decorating this backyard. I gave them a nice grill area with an outside bin. They have outside bins in the front of the house as well, but for gameplay I figured I should place one in the backyard as well. Otherwise your Sims are going to have to walk all the way to the mailbox area in front of the house when they need to take out their garbage, and that is a little bit annoying maybe. So I just decided for gameplay purposes to place an extra bin out here on the porch area. And yeah, I gave them a nice little dining table with a whole heap of chairs for whenever there's family over or friends over, because I do imagine that this family, like the parents, are really into spending time with their family, and that means their own family, but also like their aunts and uncles and grandparents and stuff like that. So whenever there is a holiday or whenever there is a family event, I just imagined that the family would come over to this house and yeah, just celebrate whatever they have to celebrate here in this house basically, and in this backyard if the weather is nice, because this backyard is pretty spacious. And what I did for this backyard is something that I don't really do too often, and that is place down tiles pretty much throughout all of the backyard. What I usually do is I make a nice looking porch area or terrace area, and then that's it for the tiling. I'll just use like terrain paint for pathways and stuff like that. But for this backyard I figured, why not try something different and place down just a little bit more tiles and yeah, just kind of pull together the backyard a little bit more than what I usually do. And yeah, I was really enjoying it. I did place down some planters as well, and I gave the toddler and the child a nice sand pit and those monkey jungle bars or whatever they're called. So yeah, the children are pretty spoiled, but not too spoiled. But there's definitely, for gameplay, there is more than enough activities for the kids to do. And yeah, that is basically pretty much already going to be it for this house. So I just did a little bit more landscaping, and I placed down a bench on the front porch as well. And then that is pretty much already going to be it. So I do hope that you enjoyed this build. You can download this house off the gallery if you want to, of course. You can download it off the gallery by searching for my username, Simmarysims. You can also follow me on Instagram and on Twitter if you'd like. My username on there is Simmarysims as well. So I just want to say thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all in my next build. Bye!